Why did my boyfriend break up with me after he moved in? When I was 12, I spent 3 days in the hospital because someone put croutons on my salad. My immune system attacked my intestines like they were the enemy. Turns out I have celiac disease. Only about 1% of people have it, and most of them don't take it as seriously as I do. When you have celiac, gluten isn't just an allergy, it's an autoimmune trigger. Even a breadcrumb can make your body attack itself. A shared cutting board, a wooden spoon that touched pasta. By college, I'd learned people thought I was being dramatic. My first boyfriend thought my food restrictions were cute at first, liked feeling protective, checking ingredient lists. Then one night I asked him not to kiss me because he'd just eaten pizza. Gluten transfers through saliva. He laughed and kissed me anyway. I was throwing up in his bathroom 20 minutes later. He said, "You're telling me my kiss made you sick?" Like I'd insulted him. He stormed out to some party, left me throwing up alone. So I stopped dating. But 8 months ago, everything changed. I was at Whole Foods, reading ingredient labels in the pasta sauce aisle. This guy was doing the same thing 2 feet away. When we both reached for the one certified gluten-free marinara, our hands touched. He smiled and said, "You take it. I'll grab the one behind it." We started talking. I told him I was reading labels for celiac. He said his little sister has it too, that he learned to check everything. When I left, I had to check my receipt against my cart. He waited patiently. He asked me out right there in the parking lot. On our first date, I spent 15 minutes interrogating the waiter. Separate fryer, clean cutting boards, different gloves. He didn't check his phone once. He ordered the same thing I did. When I couldn't kiss him goodnight because he'd had beer, he said, "Do I need to brush?" I told him brush. Wait 30 minutes, brush again. He set a timer. 35 minutes to be safe. Then he kissed my forehead while we waited. 6 months in, he knew everything. He kept separate cookware at his place. Never rushed me when I read every label. When I needed to verify his kitchen was safe, he'd stand there while I checked every surface. He made me feel like my celiac wasn't something to fix. It was just part of loving me. That's when he asked to move in. His lease was ending, and he wanted to wake up with me every morning. I told him what that meant. My apartment was completely gluten-free. No real bread, no regular pasta, no crackers or cookies or anything that could make me sick. He laughed and said, "Good. I eat too much junk food anyway. This'll force me to be social, grab lunch with coworkers, actually see my friends." He made it sound easy. For 6 months, he was right. He'd come home and cook elaborate gluten-free meals, experimenting with different flours and recipes. When I wanted to order food, he'd research restaurants with me, calling ahead to ask about their protocols. He turned down dinner invitations if a place wasn't safe for me, started carrying gluten-free snacks in his car, said he was becoming an expert at this. Then around month 7, I started noticing changes. He stopped suggesting we cook together, started coming home late, and I'd smell regular food on his breath. He'd snap when I asked him to brush his teeth. One night, his friends invited us to a burger place, and when I said they didn't have gluten-free options, he said, "Can't you just eat before we go?" One night, I overheard him on the phone in the bedroom. "I can't keep doing this, man. I haven't had real pizza in a year. I can't even keep a loaf of bread in my own apartment." That night, I couldn't take it anymore. "Why are you coming home so late? Why won't you just eat with your friends anymore?" He looked at me with hollow eyes. "Because I'm tired of sneaking around to eat what I want. I feel like a little kid again." "But you said you could eat regular food outside the apartment." He laughed, but it wasn't a happy sound. "Do you know how exhausting that is? Planning every single meal around where I can go that won't contaminate me before I come home?" My heart stopped. "What do you mean?" His voice was quiet. "I can't grab food with friends without worrying I'll have gluten on my hands. I can't order what I want because what if I accidentally kiss you after? I'm hungry all the time and I live in a house full of food I can't eat." I felt my chest tighten. "But you said you understood. Your sister has celiac." He finally looked at me. Really looked at me. "My sister has celiac. She's not like this." The room tilted. "What?" "She eats at regular restaurants. She doesn't make everyone around her change their entire life. She just deals with it. So, she's not as sensitive as me." He cut me off. "Or you're just more obsessed with it than she is." The words hung in the air between us. "I thought living with you would be worth it," he said quietly. "But this isn't living. This is just existing around your disease." He moved out 2 days later. Now I eat alone in my safe apartment, but it doesn't feel safe anymore because all I can think about is him with someone else. Someone he can kiss after drinking beer. Someone who lets him keep bread in the house. Someone normal. I want him back so bad. Last night I ordered regular pizza. I didn't eat it, but I sat there smelling it, torturing myself with what normal smells like.